Hi developers, in this video we'll learn how to create agents on VSTS in order to run our build and release pipelines. VSTS gives us some agents that are free to use but are limited to only 4 hours per month. In my CI pipeline, if I open the queue here, I can see the list of my available agents. Those are limited. Their usage is limited to only 4 hours per month. So I can see how much we use it from those 4 hours if we go to agent pools. And here we go to resource limits, then we can see that here it specifies that we have only 240 minutes per month, and until now I have used 178 minutes. If I go beyond that limit, then I have two options: either to buy agent from Azure or to create my own agent. In this video I show you how to create your own agent, which is the free option. So choose a machine to host the agent and make sure it's always running when you need to run your CI or CD pipelines. So let's start creating the agent. From the VSTS menu, I'll go to agent pools right here on the settings icon, and here you can see all the agents that I have available on my VSTS account. The first ones are the one provisioned by default, and the last one are the one I have already added before this demo. To create a new one, here I have a button new pool. I need to give a name for my agent pool. Here I call it demo agent. I click OK to create it. Then here it's empty, so we need to go and download the agent. Here you can have an agent that works on either Windows, OS X or Linux. Here I'm using a Mac machine, so I'll go and download the version for the Mac OS machine. The agent is only here 63 megabytes. Once it downloads, I go to the file and extract it. Double click the file to do that. Then I need the name of my file, so I go and copy it. Then here I go to my terminal. From Windows you can use your CMD window. Here I'll use the terminal. So I need to go inside that folder that I have extracted. It's inside my downloads folder. So I do cd, then the name of the folder that I have already copied. Inside that folder we see that we have 5 files, or actually 3 files. The first one we need is the configure.sh. This file, if we run it, then it will ask the first option here, which you need to accept the Team Explorer license agreement. We'll say yes. Then we'll need here the server URL. If I bring back my browser here on my VSTS account, you have the your account starts with the name of your account that you have specified when you created the account. We'll need that value with the HTTPS. Make sure you copy also the HTTPS and the URL. So with this way, the agent will know which account it is configured to. Then here we need the personal access token. We can get this token from VSTS in order for the agent to be able to communicate and to be authorized to access VSTS. If I go back to VSTS right here, I go to security, and here I can request a new token by clicking the add button. To get a token, I need a description for that token. So let's say this is for my demo agent token, and it expires in either 90, 180 or 1 year. I'll set for 1 year expires it. Then I give it access to everything. Let's create the token by clicking that button right here, and here it is, my token. Make sure you copy it before closing this window, or you will never see it again. So let's copy it right here, and let's reuse it for my terminal. Paste it here, and now it says connecting to the server. The next action now is the agent, the name of the agent that I have created on the VSTS account. So if I go back here, I call it my agent demo-agent. You need to use that same name, but here you can specify another name for the agent name. Here I call it my demo agent. I run that, and it tells here that it was successfully added the agent. Now the next action is asking for the work folder. The work folder here is the folder that will be used by the agent in order to run the CI or CD pipelines. It's like the working directory. I call this folder vsts-builds. I run that, and it successfully saved that change. Now if I go back to VSTS, refresh the page, then I should see that I have a new agent added, but it's not connected because it's in red. So this means it's not connected to my local agent. That is because I didn't yet run my local agent. I just created it, but now I need to run it. To run it, we just need to run the command .-run.sh. This one will start the agent, and it will try to connect to the server, and now it's listening for jobs. This means that now VSTS can use this agent to run the build or the release. So now if I go back to the VSTS account, I should see that the status of this agent right now is in green. This means it's running and it's connected to VSTS. Now if I go back to my build release right here, my build pipeline, I do refresh to get the new list of agents. From the queue button right here, I can drop down from this drop down list. I can see that now I should have my demo agent added to that list. I select it and queue it in order to run this build pipeline to build an ASP.NET Core application and verify that everything works well. So I open the console window, and from the terminal we can see that here it have a running job already, because VSTS communicates with that agent. It sends all the pipeline to be run on that agent. You can see that here until now everything runs successfully, and yes, now we have all our pipeline run it on successfully on the local agent that we have created. We can see that here in the log it points to our to the folder that we have created to host the build, vsts-builds. So everything will be saved inside this folder. So if I go inside this folder, we can see all the folders, all the subfolders created by running that agent. And at the end, we can see the status of running this build, which tells here it is succeeded. We can do the same thing for Windows or Linux. Here I use it on Mac machine. A good tip before finishing this video: so if you are using Xamarin development, you need to add capabilities. You need to add the Android SDK path to the capabilities of your agent. I have done that already here. By default, this capability is not included, and so if you run a pipeline to build a Xamarin Android application, the build will fail. So you can see here a list of all the capabilities for the agent. Those capabilities are available by default, but you can also add your own. You can do the same for Docker images, for example, Docker installation, and so on. You will have actually an error telling you that the built agent doesn't have a required capability if one of capabilities is missing. I hope this video was helpful for you, and thank you.